Whoa, my hair is red. Wow! Woo. Right. Whew.
2,000 years later.
All right. Okay. Hello, g'day, what is up guys? Welcome to this channel. Don't know how to pay VA? I'm going to show you my exact formula that my recruitment team and myself use to determine the hourly rates of VAs. This is going to make you guys feel confident in negotiating fair hourly rates for your virtual co-workers. And I'm going to be chucking in some golden nuggets so that you guys know how to keep your staff loyal and productive. This is going to be a good one. Stick around. For more tips and tricks on scaling with virtual assistants, hit that bell button. No.
What? No!
Hit that subscribe button to get notified every single time I chuck out a new video. I've been following this recruitment salary formula for some time now with my HR team, and our retention rate of staff is off the Richter, as well as the happiness scale. So stick around. I know a thing or two about this. I'm gonna give you all the juice, all right? I'm gonna get you in on all the juice. So let's get straight to the juice, guys. How much does it cost for me to pay a VA or a remote worker? Okay, so generally speaking, virtual assistant, by the way, is like admin-y stuff, more like generalized tasks, whereas a remote worker or a skilled remote worker is someone who is considered to have perhaps a higher skill level, or they need to have a certain qualification to be able to fill that role. I'm just going to refer to all of these things as VAs or virtual co-workers, okay? So it's coming under the same umbrella here. So let's get started. Number one, when you are negotiating rates and looking at what to pay a VA, you want to look at skills, okay? So is this a skilled position, right? If it's a generalist VA role where they're doing admin work, right? They're ticking the boxes, it's gonna be on the lower end of the scale. Now, if this role is something that requires a qualification or a certain niche specific skill set, then, you know, that's gonna be something that you're paying a little bit more for, a higher rate. Okay, so for example, SEO specialist or a digital marketer even. So a digital marketing role or a project management role, executive virtual assistant type role, okay? These kind of roles, they need more initiative, more organization, there is more responsibility in them, okay? And so that is a higher pay scale as opposed to general virtual assistant. Number two, the thing you're looking at here is experience, okay? So whether they're a generalist virtual assistant or whether they are a skilled remote worker, what you're going to be looking at is how many years of experience do they have in the industry, okay? Because a project manager or a digital marketer who has one year experience in the industry, his quality and delivery of work is going to be a lot different to somebody who's been doing this for 6 or 7 years, right? Naturally, right? They say it takes like 10 years to master something, by the way. So looking at the years of experience, and also when you're working out the experience, they might say on a CV 5 years experience, but have they actually been working in that role for that full 5 years? Or was it part-time? Were they only working 10 hours a week in that role? Okay, so figuring out their level of experience and looking between those gaps and really honing in on driving down into those questions there on how long exactly have they been spending in that particular position or in that particular role. And the third thing that's going to affect the salary or the hourly rate is negotiations with them or the requirements of them. So whether they're full-time or part-time, okay, because if you can offer them a full-time 40-hour-a-week position per week, then the chances are it's going to be slightly less monthly salary. So instead of being $1,500, it might be $1,200. If you were looking at hiring someone part-time, and let's say part-time, it's costing $300 a week at 20 hours. Okay, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12. That would be $1,200 full time. Okay, but if you were able or in the position to be able to take them on for full time work, that's really valuable, right? That's valuable because the Filipinos and anyone, matter of fact, that's working for somebody, job security is so important. So if you can offer them job security, as in full time secure work with you, they're gonna likely be flexible and malleable to negotiating their rates as well for having that security through you. Okay, so instead of it being $1,200 a month, it might be $1,000 a month, right? And you might take them on for 3 months to start with, right? And with position to extend. Considering that as well in your requirements, you also want to be looking at, are you paying them hourly? Are you paying them like on a salary, as in it's like a fixed amount, whether they work or whether they don't, they're still getting that fixed amount? Okay, these are all things that you need to consider when you are negotiating these rates with them as well. So guys, ultimately you are outsourcing to get your life back, right? You are essentially buying time. So weigh up all these different things that I've just gone through, and also consider like the ambition, the passion, the hunger, the eagerness of this person as well. Okay, so when you are choosing someone to work with, I would 100% choose the person who is coachable, who is driven, who is hungry, who's eager to learn, over the person who has like a really long list of skills and experience. Okay, I mean, obviously that is something you take into account, yes, when you are choosing the person to work with, but please don't discount like attitude as well. At the end of the day, it's a lot harder to change a bad attitude. So if you find someone who ticks all the boxes with the skills, with the experience, with the requirements, take a look at their attitude and whether you have anything in common as well, if you share any core values there as well. Okay, because ultimately that's what's going to determine whether you have a long partnership or not. All right, so I'm assuming if you're looking for a virtual co-worker, this is an ongoing role. Yeah, you're wanting them to be a partner in your business, and share the same vision and mission as you. So to find someone who is in alignment with that, you really need to consider your core values and your culture, their culture, all of those things. Those are things that you can really vibe with on the interviews as well and see whether you resonate. Okay, so hourly rate, guys. When it comes to the hourly rate on the lower end of the scale, you're going to be like entry level, you're looking at $3 or $4 per hour, US dollars per hour. Okay, now you might be thinking, wow, that's really low, but yes, you also need to consider the cost of living, okay, and the demographics where we are, okay, because that's kind of a decent entry level wage for a Filipino person. Okay, when you are looking at those entry level rates, okay, these guys are going to be more so the people that are ticking the boxes and following the tasks. Okay, they won't likely have as much initiative or as much that they can bring to the table, okay, to help you expand your business, but they will be the ones that can perhaps do the admin work and whatnot as well. So that's the entry level rate. It can go, the hourly rates can go anywhere up to $10, $15, even $20 for like an absolute expert pro. Okay, it's going to depend on all those other things that we've covered in the video. A well-experienced role, you'd be looking at $8, $9, $10 as a start. It's all going to depend on that person. I want to tell you guys, do not just go for the cheapest hourly rate. Okay, I've had so many clients that have come to me and they have chosen the person who had the cheapest rate. They looked awesome on paper. They had all these skills and experience, and when push came to shove, they're like, yo, what's up with this? Like, you've got your CV's insane, but you're not delivering, okay? And they had a really cheap rate, okay? So it's cliche, but you do get what you pay for, okay? So I'm always willing to pay that extra bit more for my virtual co-workers because that's going to save me time, energy, and money in the long run, okay? So I'm not going to have to spend extra time coaching, training, teaching, all of that stuff, right? So take that into consideration as well when you are finding the virtual co-worker for your team. Now you guys know those 3 things that we've discussed here and what you should be looking for when you are hiring your first virtual co-worker, or if you're just looking to expand your team, okay? If you are like many other entrepreneurs and business owners who are looking to scale their business through team building as well, I have a free community for everyone who's looking to scale with virtual assistants. I'll leave those links below. If you have liked this, please help me out here, guys. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your time. Guys, be sure to check out my last video on finding the best VAs and how to actually keep them as well, because there are a few little tricks to the trade there and I have the knack for it. So go check that one out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.